What's going on YouTube? So today we have another NBA trade rumor video, and today we're going to talk about D'Angelo Russell. If this is your first time here and you like NBA related content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. So D'Lo has been in the trade rumors ever since he got traded to the Warriors. Everyone felt like eventually once Klay comes back, they're going to have to trade D'Lo because moving Klay over to the small forward just might not work. But the Warriors say they're hesitant to trade him, but then again, they're also in a lot of trade talks and trade rumors in trades involving D'Lo. So let's just take a look at some of them, and we'll talk about them a little bit. So the first one we have here is with the Denver Nuggets. Gary Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Juancho Hernangomez, Jared Vanderbilt, and a first-round pick for D'Lo. Now, I don't think the Nuggets will give up Michael Porter Jr. at all. I don't think you should trade him at all because you don't know what his ceiling is. I feel like he has like an infinite ceiling. Like he can score like with the best of them, really. And D'Lo isn't really a need for the Nuggets. Yeah, it'll help their shooting guard spot. It's definitely an upgrade over Gary Harris. But then again, you could also just put, I don't know. I just think that Michael Porter Jr. trade just makes it unlikely for the Nuggets to do it. Yeah, D'Lo is going to help the Nuggets out, give them scoring, give them more playmaking. Then they'll have three playmakers. They have Will Barton, too, four. Their starting lineup is just all very versatile with that. And they'll be able to switch around a lot. Again, they already do that. They play very good defense this year, which is surprising. I think they're top 10 in the league. And last year, they were like bottom 10. So Denver Nuggets do make sense. I just don't think the Nuggets will throw in Michael Porter Jr. Now we have the Hawks, Cam Reddish, Evan Turner, Kevin Huerter, 2 first-round picks for D'Lo. D'Lo with Trey, that's another Splash Brothers 2.0. And the Warriors get Cam Reddish, they get Kevin Huerter, another young player, and 2 first-round picks. So this definitely makes sense for the Warriors. Now, I don't know. I think the Hawks would pull the trigger, Cam Reddish and Kevin Huerter, and 2 first-round picks for D'Lo. If they can get that trade with 1 first-round pick, I think the Hawks will definitely pull the trigger. That way, they have Trae Young and D'Lo, and their best time to get a championship would probably be while Trae is still on his rookie contract. Now, I don't think they're 3-4 years away from a championship. I think they have a long way to go, but at least D'Lo would be a start. Maybe in free agency, they could bring another big name in now that they have Trae, D'Lo, and maybe just look for a big man or a forward. Well, they do have DeAndre Hunter, so that might help out. And John Collins, forgot about him. So maybe they could sign a center in the free agency after getting D'Lo. So it might work out. Detroit Pistons, Andre Drummond for D'Angelo Russell. Now, I think this is the best trade for both teams. Well, so far that I've seen. D'Lo, the Pistons, I don't think they've had a very good point guard or point guard ever since Chauncey Billups. That's the last good point guard I remember. Brandon Jennings was okay. Reggie Jackson played like 1 good year. Brandon Knight was okay, not great. But D'Lo would give them that 1 good star point guard that they haven't had since Billups. And he's a good shooter, good facilitator, can create for others, create for himself. And on the other hand, the Warriors, their biggest weakness has always been their center spot. Now they get Andre Drummond to play next to Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay. Just imagine all the 3-pointers that Klay and Curry can go shoot up that Andre Drummond is down in the paint trying to grab offensive rebounds for. It just seems very limitless, and the pick and roll with Draymond, Drummond, Curry, Drummond, even Klay Drummond, it just seems really deadly because you can't leave Drummond roll. You can't let Drummond roll for an alley, and you can't leave Curry or Klay open for 3. So it puts the Warriors in a really good position, I think. I think it's just a great trade for both teams. Now we have the Knicks, Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, Marcus Morris, and 2 first-round picks for D'Lo. Very similar to the Hawks trade. I think the Knicks, if they feel like they can strike in free agency anytime soon, I think their next one is next year really. This would make a lot of sense for them because then they're planning on winning very soon since they're trading their 2 first-round picks. Kevin Knox has been kind of disappointing this year. Frank Ntilikina really hasn't worked out. And Marcus Morris has been their leading scorer. So getting D'Lo back in pairing him up with RJ Barrett. I'm not even sure who their wings would be at this point. I guess maybe Trier at shooting guard, start RJ Barrett at the 3. Power forward, they still have Randall and Mitchell Robinson. That'd be a pretty good starting 5. Probably a couple of pieces away from still contending, but at least D'Lo's a start. And then that way in free agency, maybe they could sign someone else. They will have a lot of cap relief. They have basically all their players team-friendly contracts for next year. So maybe they'll be doing this trade, but I just feel like the Knicks would pull for a much longer approach and build through the draft. Now, we have the Raptors. Serge Ibaka, Patrick McCaw, OG Anunoby, Norman Powell, and a first-round pick for D'Lo. That's funny. Patrick McCaw was just on the Warriors. So he's going back there. Ibaka is going to Warriors. That'd be pretty interesting. He could play center next to Draymond. He could stretch it a little bit. Draymond could stretch it a little bit. OG's a good small forward to have him slot in there. Very good 3-and-D defensive guy. And Norman Powell gives you that burst off the bench. A lineup of Curry, Clay, OG, Dre, and Ibaka with Norman Powell coming off the bench. And some of the other young guys that they have this year, like Eric Paschall, maybe even Kai Bowman, whoever else they have. That's not a bad team. That's definitely a playoff team in the West. And they'll get a first-round pick plus their first-round pick for this year that they have, which will be pretty good. So this is a pretty good trade as well. It's a lot of good trades for D'Lo. Now, there was other trades that I wanted to talk about. This one that was rumored. D'Angelo Russell for Ben Simmons. The Warriors believe the best possible outcome they could get for D'Lo would be Ben Simmons. And I don't know if the Warriors could pull it off. That's them counting on the Sixers believing that they can't win with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And I don't think they can either. Unless they move Ben Simmons to power forward and just bring in like a shooting guard. Like a guard that can shoot at least. And kind of like how Giannis plays. Have Giannis bring up the ball and create. But from the power forward position. But the weird thing is Ben Simmons next to Draymond really would not work out. They're very similar. It's just Ben Simmons is younger, better in probably every way, except 3-point shooting and free throw. But Ben Simmons next to Draymond, I don't think it would fit that well. Again, unless, at least with Ben Simmons and the Warriors, you could play him at power forward and have Curry and Clay just create for them basically. So in that way it works. Maybe they'll trade Draymond too from then. And then D'Lo on the Sixers, I think that's an amazing fit. If they could manage to get D'Lo in and keep Ben Simmons and have D'Lo at point guard and Ben Simmons at power forward, maybe try to switch up Tobias Harris for D'Lo or something like that, that would be amazing for the Sixers. I think D'Lo would be an amazing fit next to Embiid and Simmons, and it would be pretty crazy. And the last trade I wanted to talk about was D'Angelo Russell to the Timberwolves. Now, this trade was more, I think it's Robert Covington, Jared Culver, and a couple of picks for D'Lo. Now, even though Jared Culver is a rookie, very promising rookie, I think when you can get someone like D'Lo for Culver and Covington and some picks, I think you have to do it. Minnesota is risking losing out on Cat very soon. They need to put him in a position where he could compete, and they really haven't been doing that well in doing so. They've tried, it really hasn't worked out. But D'Lo and Cat, at least they're really good friends. And if you do trade for D'Lo, at least you have him long term, so maybe kind of convince Cat to stay long term as well. So this does benefit both teams. I think Warriors need someone like Robert Covington to be on the small forward, power forward, wherever they want him to slot in at. Next to Clay and Curry, very good role-playing 3-and-D guy. He fits a lot of teams. And they get a young player in Jared Culver and some picks. So it works out for the Warriors as well. So that's all for this video. We still have a lot of players to talk about. I still didn't do Bogdanovic, Chris Paul maybe. We have a few guys to still talk about. If you guys are enjoying this content and want more NBA related content, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. See you soon.